You may think that once a film is done shooting, the cast members get their pick of the props that were used on set, but sadly that's not the case. Of course, that didn't prevent some actors from getting their hands on some props that weren't supposed to leave the movie set. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with CBR and ring that bell to become a part of our notification squad so you never miss a video. This video is sponsored by Shady Agents, a social deduction game created by our friends at the Just Kidding Network, where you get to tell juicy stories about each other. Support their Kickstarter by clicking the link in the description below, and stay tuned until the end of the video where we'll tell you more about this game. Without further ado, here are some props that actors stole from their movie sets.
See? Groot's the only one of you who has a clue.
Chris Pratt. As you guys may already know by now, Chris Pratt is just a genuine nice guy. But he does have a dark side, as he stole Star-Lord's jacket from the set of Guardians of the Galaxy, for a good cause. He said, "I stole the jacket and some of the wardrobe so that if this movie comes out and does what everyone hopes it can, I can follow the example of someone, say like Russell Wilson, and go visit kids. If it was a big enough movie to where it would mean something to a kid who's sick in the hospital for Peter Quill or Star-Lord to come visit them, I'll do that." This is the best possible reason to steal a movie prop.
Well, here I am.
Ben Affleck. At the end of filming Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, director Zack Snyder gave the cast some gifts from the set. Ben Affleck was given a grappling hook, but it turns out he already stole himself a gift. He said, "Oh, absolutely. I straight up stole a Batarang. I put it in my pocket thinking I had earned it. The props guy came to come get it and I said no. I thought I had a kind of movie star pass for that kind of thing. I stayed strong and flew off to LA with it." The props guy was super pissed. In an unlikely twist, Affleck may have played the villain here.
Oh, I do. I know it. Don't tell me.
Andrew Garfield. It's no secret that Andrew Garfield left the Amazing Spider-Man on bad terms with the higher-ups, but there might be more to the story than we've been told. It's possible that Garfield may have worn out his welcome when it was discovered he stole a Spider-Man suit. Well, it makes sense. You can't have someone on set that you can't even trust with the props. He admitted to his evil in an interview, stating, "I may have stolen one and it may be in my luggage. It may be in my hotel room luggage. It may even be in my backpack in the car. This is just one more wrinkle in the Spider-Man saga. We know Tom Holland would never do such a thing." Move! Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe has fought many demons in his life, but deep down he's a nice person. That being said, his dark side still comes out every once in a while. After filming was complete on the Harry Potter films, Radcliffe went and stole not one pair of Harry Potter's glasses, but two. The thing is, he wasn't the only thief on the set either. Rupert Grint stole the number 4 off the Dursley house's door, which is crazy considering it's not a prop but a real house. Grint basically just vandalized someone's house for his own personal gain. Even Emma Watson got in on the fun. She went full kleptomaniac on set, stealing anything within reach, including a cloak, a time turner, Hermione's wand. You're a thief, Harry!
I'm Brock Landers, so I'm gonna be nice.
Mark Wahlberg. This is a weird one, ladies and gentlemen. When Boogie Nights was finished, Mark Wahlberg took his character Dirk Diggler's prosthetic you-know-what home with him. That's right. He stole a fake donger from the set and brought it home. The actor says, "I used to keep it in my desk drawer and I'd take it out and slap my friends in the face with it. I don't keep many things from my movies, but that just seemed to have personal significance. It seems like he put it to good use." He also suggested he might auction it off for charity, so he's not a heartless thief after all.
This is Willie. One-eyed Willie.
Sean Astin. Contrary to popular belief, Sean Astin wasn't given One-Eyed Willie's treasure map from the Goonies as a gift. As he puts it, "I don't believe we were formally gifted these items, but I remember being in possession of it." Those aren't the words of someone who got it as a gift. Either way, the story goes that his mom threw out the map by accident after Astin moved out of their home. When he moved, he only moved his body, not his belongings, so when his mom sold the house, it's possible his stuff got sold with it. He said, "Maybe my mom has it and she doesn't know where it is. Maybe one of my friends took it from my room. Who knows? That means it might still be around somewhere. The hunt begins."
Y'all been coming up here for years trying to steal our routines.
Gabrielle Union. Do you remember the cheerleader outfits from Bring It On? Yeah, we know, it's a stupid question. Of course you do! Well, this is an interesting one because Gabrielle Union claims that after the shoot, she had a replica made, just for fun. Or not. Then, not so long ago, there was a screen-used Gabrielle Union cheerleader outfit that went to auction. It does seem a little curious when you put these stories side by side. It's just a bit suspicious. Does Union have a prop-stealing side business going? Maybe by had a replica made, Union meant stole that cheerleader outfit. It really makes you wonder. Honestly, we're sure Union can still fit into the outfit today.
Oh my god.
Dakota Johnson. You would think stars would only steal items that they can't find anywhere else, but that's not always the case. Instead of going out and doing some shopping for herself, Dakota Johnson, after finishing up with 50 Shades of Grey, decided to steal a bunch of underwear from the set. We don't know exactly what underwear she took because we're not creeps, but she claims they were comfortable, so that's a great reason to take them in our book. When asked what else she stole from the set, Johnson admitted, "I do have a flogger in my house. It's in the garage with dust. Whoever this dust guy is, we're sure he's not a very clean fellow." Kristen Stewart. When asked if she took anything from the set of Twilight, Kristen Stewart said that she took a few things. More specifically, she said, "I kept the rings. The rings are really important to me. Her mother gives Bella the moon ring in the beginning, and it fully and completely reminds me of the director Catherine Hardwicke every time I look at it. It's also really weird that she kept the engagement ring that Robert Pattinson's character gave her, considering they've split. It's very odd, but show us something that isn't weird about Stewart and we'll show you a rotten liar." Robert Pattinson has also admitted to stealing panties from the set, so yeah, we don't even know if there were men's or women's either.
You don't suppose I could have a little snack?
James Caan. If you've ever seen Misery, you know there are really only two props from the set that anyone would recognize: the typewriter and the sledgehammer. Coincidentally, both of these props went missing from the set after filming. Rumor has it that Kathy Bates took the famous sledgehammer from the hobbling scene, and she's said to be the only one who knows where it is. James Caan is more open about his taking of the typewriter, wanting to have a little keepsake from his time shooting the film. He just forgot to ask anyone if he could take it. It's no big deal, they probably wouldn't mind anyway. Even back in 1990 when the film came out, no one was using typewriters anymore.
We didn't exactly believe your story, Miss O'Shaughnessy. We believed you $200.
Elisha Cook Jr. John Constant, the owner of John's Grill in San Francisco, wanted to find one of the Maltese Falcon statues used in the famous 1941 film The Maltese Falcon. He sent a private investigator out to track one down, but they had no luck. There were supposedly only 4 made, but apparently no one had access to one. Then, one magical day, Elisha Cook Jr., the actor who played the role of Wilmer the Gunsel in the film, approached Constant with his own personal signed statue. It was a kind gesture, so Constant proudly showcased the statue in his restaurant. Until someone robbed it. Did someone who worked on set steal it back? No one knows, but Constant should hire another private investigator regardless.
A white point star is only found on one planet. Gallifrey.
David Tennant. Well, it might not technically be a movie set, but there have been several Doctor Who movies, so it still counts. Plus, David Tennant's last episode of Doctor Who, The End of Time Before He Came Back, was basically a movie anyway. After filming, Tennant refused to walk away empty-handed. When he was asked if he was able to take something from the set of the show, he replied, "You're not allowed. You really aren't allowed." Still, that clearly wasn't enough to stop him. He ended up stealing his character's famed sonic screwdriver. I put it in a secure location because I suddenly got worried my house would get burgled and I'd lose it. So I've locked it up somewhere. Don't get any ideas, people.
I have no memory of this place.
Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen was given most of the props he has from playing Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings. He has Gandalf's hat and sword that were given as gifts, and a few other things he has as keepsakes. But there is one thing that he just stole and never owned up to it. "I've got the keys to Bag End," he said happily in an interview with Total Film magazine. "And I've got some knives and forks." I know Peter Jackson was saying, "We've lost the keys to Bag End," and I had to keep very quiet. McKellen may seem like a sweet man, but he has a dark side, that's for certain. We guess no one was there to shout, "You shall not steal!"
That's what scares me. This is clearly a military operation.
Simon Pegg. Having acted on a Star Trek film in the past, Simon Pegg knew the procedure when it came to props. On the first film, every day we'd hand back our badge, and I had a Starfleet ring, communicator, phaser. You'd hand it in to an armed guy at the end of the day before you could leave the set, he said. so obviously he couldn't take anything. When it came time for his second go on Star Trek Into the Darkness, Pegg used his experience from Mission Impossible Rogue Nation and his knowledge of the props return process to steal something. Well, not really. He just took his badge. We mean, it's really nice, but it's just a badge. Pegg needs to step up his thief game.
Oh, hello.
Ryan Reynolds. Not to be outdone by Andrew Garfield, Ryan Reynolds also felt the need to steal his character's suit after filming was finished on Deadpool. Surprisingly, Reynolds was not shy about owning up to his theft, saying, "I loved wearing it and I have run away with one." I'll probably get into trouble for saying that, but I've waited 10 years to do this movie, so I'm leaving with a bleeping suit. He didn't actually say bleeping because, as you know, he's the merc with a mouth, so it was more R-rated like his movie. Reynolds also stole the Green Lantern's ring, but no one even noticed it was missing. I guess they just didn't care. Either way, at least Reynolds admits to what he did. While we're talking about the shady things actors have done on set, we've got to mention Shady Agents. This game was created by our friends at the Just Kidding Network, who make tons of entertaining videos here on YouTube. In this game, you're either a good agent forced to tell the truth, or a bad agent trained to lie. Your job is to authorize players on your team and eliminate the other players by sending them a token. But this is done face down, so you might help out the enemy if you're not being careful. At the very end, everything is revealed and the team with the most points wins. If you want to learn things you never knew about your friends, but you also want to lie to them at the same time, then support Shady Agents Kickstarter by clicking the link in the description below.
You might want to look away for this.
Well, there you have it. Do you know of any other actors who stole from the set? Are you excited to play Shady Agents? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to CBR to keep up to date with all of our videos. Thanks for watching.